Hello and welcome back to some more of EVE Online with me, the Green Dragon. I know it's been a while, but I had some bad luck which kind of took me off of recording this for a while, and I also, well, I started a new semester at the university and I also had the flu, so I'm sorry if I haven't been uploading for like 2 or 3 weeks, but you may start enjoying the Jita spam for the very first time, since I think for some of you, since this is the first time I've been to Jita while recording. Yes, there is the main trade hub. There's combat going on, there's scams. I have a lot of these assholes blocked, but some of them will no doubt sneak through. Anyway, we are heading to Jita to refit our Auguror with some better modifications. Come on, dock, just dock. And after that we're gonna do something more exciting than our usual run through Nullsec. We are gonna be going into a wormhole and fighting some sleepers, namely killing some baddies. Right, now I checked this out and that's 17 point... I think there was something that gave me... no, 17.5 I think was the best I could get. Right? Without going into the purple mods, which are expensive as all fuck. Yep. No way. Alright, one of these... well, these are considered to be worth $1 billion now, apparently. What about these? Ooh, yeah. Nasty. Even though it's slightly worse for resistances. Okay, we're gonna buy some slightly better res stuff. These are just, you know, like 10 mil each, which is fine. I'm willing to spend as much as 120 mil in order to improve this slightly. I do have myself a battle cruiser, but it's a fat tub of lard, and I really rather wouldn't use it for this, because I intend to run pretty easy sleeper sites, and that being the case, a faster ship, provided it's equipped with decent stuff, should be better. Now, Dark Blood was a decent variation, right? And the thermic plating is actually pretty cheap there. So, there we go. I'm just gonna max out my reses a little bit, and how much better is the... well, another 5%. At what cost? Not 20 mil. That seems relatively reasonable. I'm gonna buy tier 2 versions of all of my rigs as well. And I'm gonna buy a better repair unit on top of that as well, in order to fit myself out for running sleepers with this. Yep. There they are. We're gonna destroy these. I hopefully have enough. Yeah, don't worry about the fact that we technically don't have enough skills, because those don't matter with rigs. They only decrease the drawbacks, and we really don't give a flying fuck about those anyway. Okay. And there we go. Okay, that gives us above 60% resistance for everything, which is good. About 40 HP regeneration per second while this is on. We're gonna improve that slightly better. I think I was looking at the meditation one off screen. It's 400 hit points base as opposed to the accommodation one giving me 300 and something, so we could easily get another, say, 10 HP off of it per second, maybe. Either way, it's good, and this more or less puts us at our budget, slightly over in fact, but that's fine. I'm not gonna upgrade my armor plates because I didn't find anything I would like. There was one that would take slightly less power, but Stasis web fires though. We're not gonna go for purple one, but we will take a fleeting one here. Because we want to lock those little fuckers in place. We won't have a lot of DPS, so hitting them straight on is good. Now ship equipment we do have, heatsinks we already have, but tracking computers. We want an Orion tracking computer since it's the best one I think we can actually use. Can we use a tier 2? No, I can't. Not yet. I'm not awesome enough. It does take a while to train up the skills in this game, and I still have a ways to go. So we're gonna ditch the cap rechargers, and we're gonna do this way. Huh? The fuck? CPU. The frack? Didn't I just... Please buy me one. Did you buy me one? I do have a lot of crap in here that I need to at some point sell. As you can see, 678 million worth of stuff, but some of it is... This is loot from wrecks and such I've salvaged. Obviously. Optical tracking computer. Why did I... Oh! That's actually better. Why the fuck? Okay, but this is used with tracking speed. What kind of range do I get on this? The range is actually really good on these. It's my tracking speed. Oh yeah. So used with tracking speed script. We'll buy one of these because we want to maximize our tracking speed as opposed to actually, yeah, 24% tracking speed bonus, very sexy. Does this need to actually be activated? Yes it does, but we'll take that hit. We might have to warp in and out a few times in order to really make this work, maybe, we'll see. And as you might have noticed, yes, I did turn the music on. Now, OSA 8 is where I'm currently basing my wormhole efforts off of. Unfortunately, we will have to go through low-sec. It's the only way to get through that little area of high-sec, but hopefully we'll be able to do that safely. So yeah, now we should be able to hit the sleepers relatively well, since at least if we can get within 10 kilometers, we can really just latch onto them and pummel them into dust. Plop. Ah, god damn it. Fucking spammer. 25. Okay, that could, in theory, be okay. But that sure as hell ain't worth to... Well, actually, no, it is. That's actually a fair deal, so we won't be blocking him. Okay, he's just trying to sell a ship without... which already has expensive rigs fitted, and he doesn't want to waste his money by simply repackaging and thus losing the full value of the rig. So, you know, it actually makes sense for him to do that, because this way he can recoup some of that money, while at the same time the one buying saves some money, and it sort of works out. As you can see, I've put some skills into fuel efficiency for afterburners, and I am heading over to, what was it, OSA? Something like that, because that's where I have my exploration Astero and some other ships. Cause reasons. Yeah. Okay. So, no range script, but I really think I don't... I'm gonna have to actually pull a probe launcher off of my battlecruiser, because, in all honesty, I actually had it happen to me last night when I went down a hole, and for some reason the exit unexpectedly closed on me. Going in, it seemed stable, but someone or something must have destabilized it while I was, you know, doing my thing, and it closed on me, so I had to actually find a new exit. And luckily I had the forethought, and some nice people in the chat screamed at me that I was an idiot in not making sure I had a core probe launcher on everything that went down the hole, and thank God they did, because they saved me a ship worth like 200 million. With all the things. Or was it 150? Something like that. Point is, bad enough that I would have felt it. As for why I'm not flying Stratioses anymore, well, there's one reason. And there's a reason I can use them as an excuse, but really it's one reason. They're damn expensive, and since we last played, when I last recorded, I hadn't lost any of them. Since then, I have lost 3. And I felt it. Oh, did I feel it. I've gotten back to the point where I have some wealth to work with, but the Stratioses are, in my opinion, too expensive, I think. I mean, I tried it out, but on second thought, they are too expensive to run in most exploration missions, so we'll be using the Astero instead. Yes, they're awesome ships, but the cost of losing one is... it cuts too much into my profits. You know, it could even lead to my exploration going at a loss. And the whole point of my exploration is to earn me money, right? So if what I do costs me money, obviously that is bad. In one of these low-sec systems, I have actually had some colonies made. Planetary colonies, I have 2. Basic level 3 command centers, 1 extractor, 2 factories, just doing basic work, sucking out resources and transforming them into slightly higher tier resources, and you know, good things are happening there. We're making stuff. I will soon have to start sorting some of this stuff out. You know, as in bringing it out. I set them up yesterday evening, and well, the storehouses do seem to be slightly... excuse me? Where the fuck is my ship? Look at my ship. There it is. The fuck, game. Okay. Looks like there aren't any gate camps here. This is a relatively quiet area of low sec most of the time. I haven't really run into any major ambushes here for the couple of months I've been playing, so this seems relatively safe. As opposed to Oijanen, was it? Although, obviously, there have been pew-pews here at some point. I might want to fit a basic locking device on this, just so that I can hide if I really have to wait for people to go away on jumping in. Wait, so, no gate camp here, which means we'll be able to safely go through this system, and it looks like there might be some wormholes here. At least one of those has to be a wormhole system. So what we want is a relatively easy wormhole system with with relatively low population, or if there are people in there, people we can agree with to stay out of each other's way, right? Because best way, I think, is if we can just outright get the permission of the people who are living in the hole in question. That would be best. Failing that, preferably sneak in unannounced and, if nobody's home, hopefully get away with it. You know? That's the idea. With holes, I find that the best idea can be... Okay, so there are pew-pews going on here. Okay, so who's fighting? A Raven and a Dramiel. That's the Raven, that's the Dramiel. What is a Dramiel? That is a small, fast Minmatar Galente killer frigate. And it got splattered. Please inform me of what was in there. Okay, so... Scoop into cargo hold. Let's steal those. We might be able to do that before... I mean, he can keep the wreck. I don't want to loot it anyway, because that will give him the ability to pew me, and that would be bad for me. But a couple of Tech 2 drones is not bad at all. No, stop the ship. And then dock properly. How quickly can I go? Yeah, but that's with the burner on. Without the burner, it's 220. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So people were pew-pewing each other. That's fine. We get something out of it. That makes me happy. Couple 100,000 peanuts, really, but nice. So, first things first, we're gonna grab the Astero and we're gonna go out. And we will switch out this burner for the better one we have on our battleship, for the simple reason that I really splurged on that one because I wanted to passive tank it, right? I want that battleship to have a metric fuck ton of endurance, and it does, it really does, unless it's being hit by cap neutralizers. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There it is, pew pews. And we have it's currently running a experimental MVD, but it's not really working for me. I'm gonna go back to the actual afterburner at some point. But yeah, for some reason at some point I decided to buy a Corellium C-type, which is really good as these go, worth 90 mil. Oh yeah, baby. So currently this one is costing 44.8. This costs me 33.6, which is less, and it gives us a significantly larger top speed, which allows us to do a lot of killing relatively easily. Now we will eventually get whittled down even with our resistances, but with the types of sites I intend to be doing, hopefully we'll have actually one more thing we need to do before heading out. And I do hope you don't mind the slower paced episode, but I thought it would be a nice change of pace to show you some of what goes on in the background, other than, you know, the expeditions themselves. There you go. Yes. Let's make sure that you are capable of surviving in the wild. Yay, so. Wait, I thought it would be a nice change of pace to show some of this. You know, because, you know, it breaks up the monotony of constant exploration, and I really think it's useful. My first hope is, of course, that there will be an appropriate wormhole here. I'm gonna MVD away from the station and cloak. Cloak, cloak, cloak. Okay. So it's right there. Yes, what we want is a wormhole system. A wormhole that won't immediately collapse and that has good things in it. For some reason my mouse is reacting relatively slowly to me turning things, but oh well. So yeah, I might not be able to record as often during the university stuff, but I'll try to upload some, say, 5-6 videos a week if I can. So, you know, at least one proper recording session. And that is a wormhole. That would be good if it was right in system. That would make it relatively safer, because we wouldn't have to at least fly through low sec to get to the hole, which would obviously be a bonus. So what we want to do is, of course, head over there and do stuff. If there are gas sites, I will clear the guards, but I will not be doing the sites themselves on screen, as in mining the gas. I might do some of it off screen after we finish the recording session, Because if you can find a really quiet hole, it's not that bad. I've been mining gas for 3 or 4 days now. I guess this would be something like the 5th. And I've only been attacked once. And even then I convinced the guy to let me go, or maybe he ran out of capacitor or something. Either way, he just fucked off and let me go. It was just another Stero Explorer guy. Why the frack am I saving in folder 2? That is so stupid, and these have no doubt collapsed since then. Okay, first order of business. Is anybody home? There's a salad bar, which is very nice of people. We are relatively close to the center of the system, 4.5 AU from the start, which suggests that this could be a relatively small system, which again makes my life easier. We're gonna MBD away for 2 cycles from the hall before popping the cloak. Okay, 1 cycle is finished. The current cycle won't be disrupted. Well, it's not that small system, but it's not particularly good either. First things first, we will clean out this hole. Wow. Yeah, dirty mind. Never mind. God. Oh, my brain is so fucked up sometimes. I mean, really, where the fuck did that even come from? But yeah, we're gonna get this out of the way so that that doesn't get in the way. We will, from this point on, steadfastly ignore it. And well, this little sphere looks like a likely enough candidate. Scan it down and let's see what's here. I do want to take a look at the actual anomalies, not signatures, but actual anomalies, the green ones. Oh, and there are a lot of them. I will scan things down and then I will look things up off screen to know what kind of site we're running into, so that we don't get any nasty surprises, because sleeper sites are a bitch. In particular, I would be somewhat hesitant to run anything that has scramblers, because that means we can be trapped there and unable to warp away, and our Augurar, if that's what we decide to use, doesn't have the tank to... I mean, it could be okay, not interested in going deeper into wormhole space. It could be okay, but it could also turn out very badly for us, and I did load that ship out with some decent stuff, so it's now worth like 150, 200 mil. Yeah, 200 mil is probably relatively accurate, and that is a bit more cash than I would be willing to risk. There's always the possibility at some point of moving up to a Nestor, which is worth more than $1 billion. 1.1 billion. It is the biggest Sisters of Eve ship, and, you know, a step above the Stratios. It can't cloak, but it is a really, really tanky son of a bitch. I guess this will have to be close enough. Scan it. And it could be really good for sites at some point, under some circumstances. Those are our probes, we needn't worry about those. Those are safe. That's another wormhole. What the fuck is this? Some sort of wormhole hub? I mean, really? Really? Does it have to be this way? A little higher here? Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's just stand it down so that after this scan it actually shows us what's here. Maybe we'll run a combat site or two. Gather some sleeper loot. Perimeter hangar, cohort 27. So it's perimeter hangars and perimeter checkpoints. Okay, so those are 2 different sites which we can look up. If there aren't any scramblers involved in one of these, we might try to run one of those. I don't want to run anything that has more than, say, 150, 160 incoming DPS at once. And yes, it will be multiple waves, so I need to know which type of ship in each site actually triggers the next wave, so I can be ready for that. Because again, nasty surprises. If you aggro multiple waves at once, God help you. God help you. Alright. Happily working on that full fuel conservation, which will further reduce the cost of afterburners. Not the micro warp drives, mind you, but the afterburners, which will be useful for the Auguror. For great justice and glory, of course. Because yeah, with full skills you can reduce that to, I think, either nothing or virtually nothing in the actual cost, and that is glorious. That's absolutely glorious. Being able to... Huh? What madness is this? A relic site, that could be something we want to run. Either it's something we can just go in there and hack without, and you know, either it's a safe relic site or it's a non-safe. Did I properly check this out? Okay, stability not disrupted. Okay, so it's safe. Phew. Was worried that I had forgotten. Okay, so what, pray tell, are you? What, pray tell, are you? I think I'll let the CTO run a little longer and scan everything down. Just cause. Forgotten perimeter habitation coils. That sounds like something we could work with. We might just pew-pew that for the glory that is... Yeah, it's a perimeter one. Perimeter ones are the easiest ones. Which really means that good things could happen. Good things could happen. 4%, but at 8 AU range, that's not that surprising. Yeah, Nullsec has been treating me pretty nastily of late, so I don't know, I'll stay out of it. Either. No, well, for a while, and I don't want to do missions either, cause they've been feeling a bit grindy, so we wouldn't be doing wormhole exploration, especially since there are some... See, the trick is not to go down wormholes that have openings in popular areas, and safe ones, like high-sec. But you look for wormhole openings in low-sec, and then you can find some pretty decent stuff with not that much risk, I've found. So yeah, low-sec wormholing, it can be decent. And we are close within 2 jumps of 3 different low-sec systems, and based on here, and some out-of-the-way high-sec systems which are not often visited by that many people, so all in all, good things. I might actually finish scanning this off-screen, and then look up the stuff that we will be dealing with online really quickly. Oh, look, another relic site, let's check it out. And then come back when we're ready to head into the Hornet's Nest. For great glory and justice, of course. Because, you know, I don't want this to be much longer than 30 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes, right? That's the more or less the length I aimed for, and, you know... Forgotten perimeter gateway, so there are some sleeper thingamajiggies here. All well and good. All well and good then. Okay, you. What, pray tell, are you? Okay, if we actually want to come back to this, we need to save their locations, because reasons. And we can always do, you know, those combat sites. Sleeper cruisers give at least 1 million per cruiser, and sleeper frigates give 400,000 per frigate. In blue loot. In the gas sites, the cruisers, or maybe they're battle cruisers, I don't know, give 2.9 or 3 mil, something like that. If it's a site that will have cruisers, of course. This looks like it's a relatively low class haul, so we might not get the really nice sights. Admittedly, that is certainly a possibility, but oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Ordinary perimeter reservoir. Oh yeah, I know those ones. They will be bad. They have bad people in them. They are surrounded by sentry guns that do a lot of damage and do not, in fact, give us a lot of happy thoughts. I think I will be doing those in the battle cruiser if I do them at all, because oh, I need a stronger passive shield tank. The Augur just won't have the endurance and power to punch through that bullshit. But you know, that's fine. Don't think I'll be refitting the what's his face, the battle cruiser with. Yeah, I won't be refitting it with other crap. It will be fine the way it is, with the MVD and everything. Now what, pray tell, are you? You are another gas site and relatively easy scan. You know what, yeah, let's finish all of these. Please be something other than an ordinary perimeter reservoir, cause those suck. Like, we're cloaked? Let's warp within 100, I'll show you.
Warp drive active.
There are literally guns there that do... Oh, right, so this is just gonna have crappy frigates. Well, we can start with that one, that will be a relatively easy kill then. And no scramblers either, which is good. Yeah, see, these bastards, they are surrounding the thing, right? They can deal as much as 700 or 800 damage per hit. Well, actually no, I've seen 1000, and that's with resistances. But that's on a critical hit. Either way, they are dicks. They hit hard, not very often, but very hard. They're about 50 DPS for each one of them, so we will essentially have to warp in and out several times with the battle cruiser, because that's like, there's 5 of them, that's 200, or was it 70 DPS? I think it was actually 70, so that's 300 plus DPS, unless I'm very much mistaken, which is bad. I am not that skilled. I'm flying tier 1 ships, often without even Tech 2 mods. I can clear this, but not without some effort. Right? This is something I can do if I put my mind to, but it's a bitch. To put it simply. It's a bitch. Okay, so give up your secrets. Okay, so I have to Google 4 sites: Forgotten Perimeter Gateway, Forgotten Perimeter Habitation Code, and these will have actual hackable containers. So after we clean them, we can come back in the Astero and see what's in there, maybe get some good loot. I did sneak into one of these while the bastards were shooting at me in a Stratios and just tanked the damage while I hacked the containers, and it wasn't anything particularly good, so you know, it was really cheap, so I'm kind of like, yeah, meh. But you know, whatever, right? Loot's loot. And what we'll really be doing this for anyway is... Oh, it looks like we're gonna have a third site. Excellent. What I'm really doing this for is the blue sleeper loot, right? The stuff the actual sleepers drop. So there's that, and if the combat sites are easy enough, we'll be running a lot of those in our thingy. Anyway, thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed this. This was slightly longer of an episode, but hey, welcome back. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode when we'll start doing some sleeper sites, so see you then.